Hello everyone on the interwebs, my name is Cortec and today we're going to be watching a Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm replay, a Protoss vs Zerg. We're going to be between our Protoss player in the green trunks in the bottom left corner of Cloud Kingdom. It is Grubby versus our Zerg player in the blue trunks in the upper right corner of the map, which is indeed Cloud Kingdom. It is Liquid's Snute. Now, like I said, the map is Cloud Kingdom, not used on the ladder at the moment. It just got removed from the map pool since the release of Heart of the Swarm. Let's do a quick analysis of it. Have a pretty easy to access expansion right here, of course. Nicely defendable choke point, but it leads to the rest of the map completely. We have this choke here, and you can break these rocks and just have a bigger choke. But it leads to this expansion, for example, and just pretty much the middle of the map. But you can also go over here to expand, which is what most players do, I believe. And you have this choke, and here you can do pretty much a lot of run-bys here, maybe. A couple of harassment damage. But still, you can take this third or this third. Either one is fine. This one is a bit more suspectable, a bit more predictable, and just more prone to harassment, run-bys, all that. We're seeing a pretty basic timing of the spawning pool for Liquid Snute at around 14 supply. Not much going on at the moment. This map has a lot of choke points, a lot of ramps, and that's usually where you want to fight. You want to fight at the choke points, try and get a little and a nice concave going. It's always awesome to have a concave in a ramp, especially if you're a Protoss. You can get the Colossi and just go to town with the Colossi. My sound is actually really low. I just realized that. Let's turn that up to 20. 20, that's good. Maybe we'll need to turn it down later on. Of course, that I think Grubby tried to block Snoot's expansion here, trying to be a little pain. So he forced Snute to head on for the third expansion. So it's a bit, like I said, more prone to attacks. While this one is not. This one you can defend really nicely, especially with the creep going on. Of course, the Forge fast expand going on for Grubby. Nexus first, though, not a Forge first. So he's gonna go a bit more economic, maybe on the minerals and something like that. Just economic in general. 2 gases being thrown down for Grubby at 21 supply. So we might actually be seeing maybe some robotics play, maybe some Blink Stalker. Blink Stalker actually works pretty nicely here, because if you go over here, around this area, you can just blink to the main base and do a ton of damage. There's a lot of exposed area right here in this shoreline, and it does. If you have an observer, you blink up there and a ton of damage. Now Snute, since he was forced to go to an early third, he decided to also go for this as his third, kind of. He had to expand again. He was forced to expand again. He was just forced to go economic. So he's not gonna have a lot of defense early on. Maybe Grubby will just take that to his advantage and just do a bit of harassment early on, kill some more probes and drones than usual, because there's no defense. Like I said, I think he just chrono boosted this Stalker out for a moment. He's not chrono boosting out the Warp Gate research. Of course, the cannon going here, also preventing these Zergling run-bys if possible. Although the Zealot was here to prevent any sort of damage, any sort of Zergling entry. It's actually a really nice choke there, but I am not sure if Immortals can pass through here. Oh, we're actually gonna see a Stargate being thrown down for Grubby, so we might actually see some Oracle play, and that'll really go to Grubby's advantage, since Snute is only now just getting 2 gas. He hasn't had a single gas before, so he's going to boost out an Oracle. Maybe that'll do a ton of damage. The Queens will be here though to defend, but despite that, they can die really easily thanks to the Oracle ability. Now, of course, a Stalker here and a Zealot poking around for a Grubby, but there are a couple of Zerglings and the Queen, so maybe he'll be able to defend. Maybe surround the Stalker, not actually. And he's just getting out some more Zerglings. No, he's not. I thought he was. He's just making a ton of drones, trying to saturate. A Void Ray being created for Grubby, so instead of going for the Phoenix and the Oracle starting out a bit slow, he decided to just go for the big money and make a Void Ray. Now at the moment, Grubby is supply blocks. He's not going to be able to make much more after that. Now there we are. Another pylon here was made. Snute is now the one supply block, but his overlord is almost done, so that's not a big supply block. Snute going for the early 4th. That is the earliest 4th I've ever seen in a long time. Ever seen, really. He's gonna go for really economic. He's gonna have a ton of macros, so he's gonna be able to produce a lot more units. But I don't know if that'll work early on, especially with the Void Rays for Grubby. Now a robotics facility being thrown down for Grubby, so some immortal play is probably gonna be done. Maybe even Colossi, or just for playing observers. Mothership core being thrown down for Grubby. That mothership core needs to be done. Now the Void Ray is going. Wow, he's actually going for a 5th at the 9-minute mark. 5th expansion being thrown down. Now Snute sees the Void Rays. The lair is only halfway there. He doesn't have anything to defend the air except for a couple of Queens on the Zerg. Since they have nothing to do at the base to defend against the Void Rays, they're just gonna march on, maybe do some harassment, just poking around. That is actually a really nice block off. They have to go all the way around to actually just go like this. They have to go all the way around to go into the base. He could always go like this, but still, it's safer to go. It would be safer to go here than here. Spire being thrown down for Snute, and I'm not sure if that is the right decision, since Grubby already has the Stargate, so he can just make a couple of Phoenixes. Now the robotics is actually chrono-boosting out an observer while making a robotic space, so it's definitely going to be some Colossi play being thrown down here. The upgrades are being researched for Snute. 1-1 is being researched, while Grubby is researching the one attack only at the moment. Does not have a second forge. The 4th is now done. The 5th is done, and a macro hatch being great, so it actually have 6 expansions already for Snute. That is a ton of expansion. I don't think he has the economy at the moment to support that amount of larvae to spend, although he does have a bit of an economy at the moment. Has around 13 larvae, while constantly injecting larvae from the Queens. Now that Zealot position is really good against the Zerglings. You might just kill 1 or 2, maybe 2, maybe even 3. Nope, he killed 2, he didn't die. He just snooches aside. I'm gonna stop beating on this Zealot and just try and go for the main, but the Zealot is still blocking it, so no harassment for him. The creep is starting to spread slowly, but just slowly, not a lot of creep spread going on. Am I seeing this right? Yes, I am. There's another macro hatch for Snute at the 3rd, making it a total of, I think, 7. Yeah, there's 7 S3s being thrown on. The battle hit the Zerglings. Despite the force of the Zerglings, managed to go around, kill everything that was ground. Both of the Void Rays died there at the end of everything, with the Corruptors and the Queens, of course. At the battle, I did see that there were some hallucinated Zealots trying to trick the Zerglings. That was a pretty nice call for Grubby. Just remembering the game Huck versus Hydra, where Huck just made a ton of hallucinated Void Rays even though he didn't have a Stargate, and Hydra just rage quit on the spot. Oh, there is a lot of Zerglings. I mean, actually see the units have 107 Zerglings, and a couple of Banelings, of course, but Grubby already is starting to have Colossi. He has 1 Colossi at the moment, and he's making more, I believe. No, he is not. The robotics facility is not doing anything. He is researching 2 attack for ground and 1 attack for air. And the battle, oh wow! That is a ton of overlords. He's actually gonna drop all those Zerglings with the overlords to Grubby's base. That would be a pretty sick play for Snute. Oh, but the lag, my computer cannot handle that amount of overlord awesomeness. As it seems, the drop is almost at the main base. I believe that is what he wants to do. No, he wants to drop here on top of the army. The Zerg and stuff surrounding the Colossi and the Banewings are on top of Grubby's army. The damage is just too much, dropping on top of the Colossi. The Colossi cannot do any damage with all the Zerg surrounding him. And then the Corruptors are killing everything in air. Even though the Zealots are really good against Zerglings, there are no amount of Zealots that can kill this amount of Zerglings, no matter the upgrades, no matter anything. And it's GG for Grubby. That overlord play was sick. It was the game breaker. The Colossi did not have time to micro away, and the Zerglings was just surrounding it, making it easily destructible. And Snute just called the win. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.